Well, Matt Williams, who won a kicking contest to make the team, essentially, is now 2 for 2 on point afters, but you got to learn how to celebrate. Maybe it's because Brandon Carter was the chest bumper there that he held up a little bit.
He can kick. He didn't say he had a vertical. He could just kick field goals. That's it.
You know, he tried to walk on at Tarleton State and didn't kick there, so when he came to Texas Tech and eventually walked on the team, he was able to get a transfer exception as Marcus Herford returns it for Kansas out to the 28-yard line. Let's check in with Reese Davis in the studio.
All right, guys, on the family of networks right now, we're watching a shootout between Texas Tech and Kansas on ESPN2. Illinois and Wisconsin, a couple of somewhat disappointing teams in the Big Ten. You see Juice Williams going down to a sack. And Minnesota, surprising team in the Big Ten on ESPN Classic. Adam Weber's already led one touchdown drive. They're up on Purdue a little over halfway through the first.
Yeah, what a great job Tim Brewster has done there. One win last year. They're already bowl eligible this year, looking for win number 7. Big run on first down by Jake Sharp out near the 40-yard line, tripped up by Brock Bird. Sharp, a junior, doing a great job running the football the last month. Texas Tech 8th in the BCS standings, trying to get to 8-0. Ahead, Andre will wear it out on the ideal quarterback and wide receiver to run the spread offense. And later, the top 3 teams in the BCS standings, all on the ESPN family of networks today. Here's a pitch to Sharp, and he gets run out of play by Bird over on the sideline.
Well, they got a nice little mixture of everything. And, you know, it's so fast you want to compare these two teams because the coaches have coached on the same sidelines before. The offenses are the spread. But Kansas is a little bit different. They like to run the football a little bit more than Texas Tech. I know their numbers are up this year for the Red Raiders, but Kansas, a little bit higher dosage of the run than Texas Tech.
And Kansas having a lot of success on the ground so far in this game with 44 rushing yards. Racing to pass here. And he's got a man near midfield. It's Briscoe for another Kansas first down.
Boy, look for Des Briscoe to get involved in this football game as Mark Mangino here, the head coach. He's the play caller for the Kansas Jayhawks in a 7th season. You see the overall record as head coach of the Jayhawks. Last year's National Coach of the Year.
And by the way, did you know, Andre, that there are only 4 coaches in Division I who did not play, 4 head coaches who did not play Division I, and 2 of them are in this game, Mike Leach and Mark Mangino. I'll tell you who the other 2 are in a minute. Sharp, on first down, gets about 2, and knocked down by Chris Perry, a freshman for Texas Tech. One of the other 2 we had last week, Paul Johnson from Georgia Tech. He did not play college football. And the 4th one will coach tonight in a game on the West Coast. Charlie Weiss for Notre Dame.
Okay, gotcha. You're asking me to remember last week. And I can barely remember what's going on right now. And I'm searching my mind. Okay, who did we have last week? Who did we see last week?
Well, if you're a defensive coordinator in this game, you got to have Andre's memory. Get rid of what happened most recently, because this is a game of offense as Jonathan Wilson grabs it at the 30-yard line for another Kansas first down. Ruffin McNeil throwing his hands in the air. That's going to be a familiar hand signal today from the defensive coordinator.
No doubt about
Sir,
it. I mean, you can
your wife
dial
is
up everything, but
calling
these 2 quarterbacks, Reesing as well as Graham Harrell, they've seen every defense known to man. The good thing about it is they get the football out quick, and they don't take very many sacks.
Kansas 6th in the country in pass offense. Texas Tech number 1. Jayhawks right now first in the North Division at 2-1. Sharp with a huge hole up the middle, down to the 23. McBath made the stop. Let's check in with Rob Stone for more on Jake Sharp.
Well, Sharp's numbers have sharply improved since the bye week a few weeks back. The reason, the staff used the downtime to look closely at Sharp's history here and what run plays utilized his strengths best. So the team tweaked its attack around what Sharp sees and reacts to best. The changes, they're less of a zone team now, more man schemes with gap blocking, and they picked up their option game as well, averaging exactly 100 yards rushing the last 3 games since the tweaking.
Yeah, he was a backup last year to Brandon McAnderson. Started the year as the backup to Jock Crawford. As Reesing Gets wrapped up at the 20-yard line, and now a flag comes in. Brandon Cisse turned the face mask, apparently. Or either that or a blow to the head. We'll see what the ruling is.
Boy, you talk about being able to run the football. They can do it from a lot of different ways. Reesing certainly can make plays with his legs. He's just a field general. That's the only way you can really describe Todd Reesing and his ability to move the Kansas Jayhawks down the field. Understands defenses, understands how to get in and out of plays, always concentrating on the game.
So apparently he did not turn the mask. Remember, if your hand grazes the mask, it's no longer a penalty. There's no such thing as an incidental 5-yard face mask anymore.
Well, you see it right here. Just kind of grab just enough of it. I think that might qualify for a flag in my book.
And he definitely turned it.
That might be from one quarterback to another.
He definitely turned it, though. He grabbed it and he turned it just enough.
No doubt about it.
But he picks up the flag. And now more flags.
Number 77 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, and it's still first down.
You know, when you look at these two offenses, a little 5-yard false start doesn't hurt you as much as fast as they can churn out yardage.
That's Jeremiah Hatch, a freshman from Dallas who's replacing Anthony Collins, who's now in the NFL. Kansas lost a handful of players to the league after last year's 12-win season, including Aqib Talib, first-round pick of Tampa Bay. Former cornerback for the Jayhawks. So Reesing on first and 15 eludes pressure and finds Meyer to the 10-yard line right at the first down marker. Darcel McBath on the stop.
Yeah, no problem at all. And Meyer, he understands defenses so well because he sits in those quarterback meetings. He knows exactly what the quarterback and what Todd Reesing is thinking. He wants me to sit down right here, not as I get to the safety, but right in the hole in the soft spot. Boy, has he become a really good weapon for this Kansas offense.
And speaking of the NFL, his brother Shad was a tight end in the NFL for 5 seasons. It is a first down, so first and goal for Kansas.
Well, this is where they like to run the option. They get down inside the 10.
Play action, Reesing, wide open man, touchdown, Desmond Briscoe. Great execution by Todd Reesing and the Kansas offense on that drive.
Well, I think we got two big-time talents on the outside playing in this one today. Des Briscoe and Michael Crabtree.
Extra point good to tie it at 14. 9-play, 72-yard drive.
Let's go back and take a look. You see right here the receivers for Kansas. Look how in tune they are, how precise they are at the play call. Right there, both in sync. And when they look to the sideline, everybody on the same page offensively for this Jayhawk offense. And that kind of leads to right here, the play fake from Todd Reesing, and then Des Briscoe in the back of the end zone right there. Nice hands, and way to tap him down, big fella.
9th touchdown catch for Briscoe. He is one shy now of a school record at Kansas for receivers, and he's only a sophomore. Reesing with 2 touchdown passes in this game, now 19. And this is really what we expected with the prolific passing in the first quarter.
You know, it's as good as advertised, isn't it? We expected a lot of points already out of the gate. We're not even, still got a minute, 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Already 28 points in this football game have been scored. Boy, I don't know how you stop it because you got 2 quarterbacks that complete at very high percentages. Reesing at 69%, Harrell at 70%. And they've seen just about everything you can throw at them. I think defensively, you're just at their mercy unless they get tired.
The crazy thing is those guys aren't even in the top 5 in their own conference in completion percentage. You got Colt McCoy at 80%.
That's sick. That is just flat out sick. At 81%. Don't cut him short.
Now what was
81% for Colt McCoy.
Now your offense was different yet similar in terms of how many times you threw the ball. What was your completion percentage at college?
It was 64%, right? 63 and some change.
Which is really good.
I thought it was at that time.
Jamar Wall on the return, And he stumbled, otherwise he might have been gone. Tackled at the 32 as we go to Reese Davis in the studio.
Dave, Boston College, one of 4